After Donald Trump said that General Mark Milley should be executed, Mark Milley now needs to up security and take personal security precautions for himself and his family. As I've said before, Trump may very well get somebody killed. Here is a clip from a forthcoming interview on 60 Minutes, presumably will air this Sunday. General Mark Milley, who Trump recently said maybe should be executed for treason, was asked to weigh in about what Trump said. If you ask me which person here is adhering more to what we might call patriotism, not a term that I love throwing around. I think that when it comes to the way the military is used in terms of missions, I disagree with many of them. But if you say to me, who actually cares about defending the principles the United States was founded on, Trump or Mark Milley? I think the answer is obvious. Take a look at this.
President Trump recently said that your dealings with China were so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death.
That's right. He said that. Mm-hmm. That's correct.
He is suggesting that you be punished by death. The former commander-in-chief to his former top military advisor.
Look, I'm a soldier. I've been faithful and loyal to the Constitution of the United States for 44 and a half years. And my family and I have sacrificed greatly for this country, and my mother and father before them. And, you know, as much as these comments are directed at me, it's also directed at the institution of the military.
Right.
And there's 2.1 million of us in
which, by the way, Republicans and Trump claim to love and support endlessly.
Uniform. And the American people can take it to the bank that all of us, every single one of us, from private to general, we're loyal to that Constitution and we'll never turn our back on it no matter what the threats, no matter what the humiliation, no matter what. If we're willing to die for that document, if we're willing to deploy to combat, if we're willing to lose an arm, a leg, an eye, to protect and support and defend that document and protect the American people, then we're willing to live for it too. So I'm not going to comment directly on those things, but I can tell you that this military, this soldier, me, will never turn our back on that Constitution.
But for the record, was there anything inappropriate or treasonous about the calls you made to China?
Absolutely not. Zero. None.
It almost seems odd to ask this question because the former commander-in-chief seems to be calling for your execution. Are you worried about your safety?
I've got adequate safety precautions. I wish those comments had not been made, but they were, and we'll take appropriate measures to ensure my safety and the safety of my family.
Trump, who loves the military, Republicans, he rebuilt the military, the cupboards were bare, the entire thing. He now has endangered his top general from when he was president of the United States. Just as a reminder, Donald Trump posting to Truth Social a few days ago, quote, Mark Milley, who led perhaps the most embarrassing moment in American history with his grossly incompetent implementation of the withdrawal from Afghanistan, costing many lives, leaving behind hundreds of American citizens and handing over billions of dollars of the finest military equipment ever made, will be leaving the military next week. This will be a time for all citizens of the USA to celebrate. This guy turned out to be a woke train wreck who, if the fake news reporting is correct, was actually dealing with China to give them a heads up on the thinking of the President of the United States. This is an act so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death. A war between China and the U.S. could have been the result of this treasonous act to be continued. They support the troops, guys. They support the troops. Wow. Staying properly nourished is just so important to feeling your best every day. Our sponsor, AG1, makes it so simple. Just a single scoop of AG1 a day. You get 75 high-quality vitamins and probiotics from whole food sources. You're covered for the day. Half of Americans are deficient in vitamins A and C and magnesium. Not everybody has time to perfectly plan every meal. And I don't know that any of us want to be spending a whole bunch of money on endless different vitamins and supplements. AG1 just simplifies it and it's more cost effective. I take a single scoop of AG1 in the morning before my coffee. Tastes great with water, but you can mix it, quite frankly, into anything you want. With that one scoop, I'm covered for the day, getting everything I want. It's easy, and it's a simple routine that works. Go to drinkag1.com/Pacman to get 5 free travel packs of AG1, plus a free 1-year supply of vitamin D. The link is down below.